Alrighty, welcome back. I'm your man, Bad Chad, and Queen Jolene's on the camera, and we are on air. She makes me smile. The other day, we did a video on the back. I'm wondering if people liked it, how we got right into it, and that's all it was. Throw a comment, whether you like things being, what's that called, sweetheart?
Just a shorter form.
No, it was shorter form, and it was, what do they call that? What do I always call it?
I'm not sure.
Well, we have to figure out what the word is. Not the real. It's spliced and diced.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, edited.
It was edited. That's the word we wanted, edited. It was edited. Did you like that form where it was edited and we got right to the thing and we got it done and all that stuff? Anyways, throw in a comment whether you like that sort of a video or you want the live. And the live is just going for it and showing the mistakes and the real and how long it does really take. Today we're going to get into it quite heavily. I have put some square stock in here. I've lined the outside of the wheel opening with square stock. You can see it, what I've got going on here. And the reason being I lined it up this way or done that is because on the outside, from the outside, it should be 92.5. When I come up here and measured, it was not 92.5, it was 93. So when I start putting my roof rafters on, and I start bringing my roof rafters, pulling them out to 93, then what happens is the roof rafters start coming down. And then when you build the roof on the truck, it probably will not match up the greatest. That's what I'm thinking. So what has happened is I took a ratchet strap. You can see a ratchet strap right here. Took a ratchet strap. I put it on the back over here. I ratchet strapped it. Got it to 92.5, welded a piece of square stock to my outside construction, and I welded it to the floor of the truck, and I made that so it stays at 92.5. On the back side, I have 92.5, and I welded one right straight across, and the reason being is, what am I going to do back here? Like, really, what am I going to do? I'm going to put the engine here. What I'm thinking is I'm going to close it off. And the reason being is because I have the tire. I have to make wheel wells for this truck. And I want to close it off so all the dirt and the mess doesn't get inside where the engine is and that sort of thing. And generally, trucks have wheel wells, the front have wheel wells, and I have to figure that stuff out. I've got the shape of the Texaco tanker going on, or the look. I got the shape, but now I have to finish it so it really can be a truck. And I'm going to put the wheel wells in it today. And I'm going to show you and take you through it, and we're going to do it. And the video might be a little bit longer than usual. Jolene's going to have to jump in. So what I've done is I've taken a pattern. I've made a pattern of what I'm doing here. So I've got this pattern right here. This is closing the back off. So I've got the closing the back off, so that closes that off in there. I can put a piece of metal against that, and I can weld to it, and I can weld to that. That's why I put that all the way across there. If I just tried to put a piece of square stock from here to there, then I would just be closing this little tiny bit off. I may as well close it all off because I got a piece down in there. It'd be so hard to make a piece come out here and fit all this round shape that I got going on to close that off. So to make it easy, I just close it off here and be done with it. Whatever comes up in with here, whatever, I'm not sure what I'm going to do there yet. I could take a piece of metal and run it down from here down to there to make it easy. But to try to close that off, I think it'd be easier just to close it off here. With the wheel openings, I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. Also, on the side, I did the exact same thing with the ratchet strap here. I hope I'm not going too fast, but we got a bit of work to do. We ratchet strapped it here, bring it together 92.5. I put a piece of square stock across here, and I put a piece of square stock across here to make sure that that stayed in place, so my roof rafter stayed in place. So that's what I'm doing up here with a piece of ratchet strap. I'm ratchet strapped, make sure it's in place, and then I will weld a piece of square stock all the way across, and then I'll make the wheel opening there for the front. But I got to do the back first. So what I've got here is I got a few panels. This can be done many ways. I could have made the wheel well like this. I could have made the wheel well like that, whatever. But what I've decided is I'm going to make the wheel well like this. So I got a piece of metal. It's just a piece of metal I measured, put a 3/4 inch bend on it. I'm going to put that in there like that. We're gonna put that in there like that. Haven't cut it yet because we're gonna do it together. And then we're gonna set a piece of metal on top of it. The reason that I done the back is because I saved myself a piece of metal here. All this small metal is from the metal that I had from pieces from doing this and doing that. So I want to use all that metal up. There'll be more metal in this than cod liver's got oil pills. But let's get at it. Let's get at it. So I got this piece right here. Let's make it look a little better than just a flat piece of metal. We're going to bead roll this, or we're going to step roll it. This is step rolled here, I would say, somewhat bent, whatever. It is what it is. These here are 4 inches to the height to the bend. So I've got measured it up 4 inches. So we've got a 4-inch or a little better suspension for the wheels. If you look at the suspension in this truck, it's actually huge. And the reason being is it was a camper. So the camper had a lot of weight on it. We are putting a lot of weight on it, but probably not as much as the camper. So let's take this piece in. This piece is for the back. I've cut it already. We're gonna try to get it in place. So that's the piece that we're gonna put in here. Piece in there, and then we're gonna cap it, but we're gonna put bead rolls in all of it. Let's do it. So I'm gonna measure up 4 inches on, I gotta do a little bit of work in my brain. 4-inch. I'm fooling myself. I don't think I need them glasses. I'm fooling myself. 4-inch. So we're just above that. That's good. Cool. So I'm going to get a ruler. It's on the other side. I point my finger. Sometimes I hope it takes me right to it, but sometimes it doesn't work. You see that ruler? Thought I had.
It's right here.
Huh?
It's over here.
Point my finger the wrong way. Thanks for coming back, everybody. We appreciate it. Yes, we do. We're having a fantastic time here in Nova Scotia. It's Friday. It is Friday. Just remember that. It's Friday. So, that is basically where Jolene's fixing me up. She has to, she said.
Your necklaces.
Yeah, that's fine. I love you touching me.
Okay, good.
Rub me raw, sweetheart. Video's over. No, I'm just joking. Anyways, this is the 4-inch that we're coming up here. So we're 4 inches up here. So we're coming around 4 inches up to this. So we're up here 4 inches on this. I don't want to bead roll down here or step roll down here when this is what's being shown. I don't want to go down in there, so that's what I'm doing. Or that's what I've done. As I've marked that, because that's getting buried, right? That's getting buried. That's why I marked that mark there, because that's getting buried. There's no sense going down there with any fancy footwork. So we'll just take it like that. We're going to try to get both these wheel wells done within the time. If I stop talking and get rolling, how's that? I'm going to take these off. They just make me feel secure. That's all. What I like to do sometimes when I'm doing this bead rolling stuff or step rolling or whatever we're doing, I just like to make it simple as possible. Sometimes I just use tape. That way there I know that I'm the same measurement all the way around. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not doing anything special. I'm using a piece of tape. It's like Ken Holmes' car when we chopped it in the Toronto Motorama. We did not use the measuring tape. We used a piece of tape. One piece of 2-inch and one piece of 3/4 inch. We chopped it all the way around. We used the tape all the way around. Nothing changed. When he chopped his garnish moldings, all he had to do was put a piece of tape on it and a 3/4 inch piece of tape. It was all over. It wasn't a big measuring. It was nothing too hard to do. Try to simplify your stuff. When you're doing something, try to simplify it. And it's like when the lawyer talks to you. And he uses all these big words. why don't you just talk to me in English and tell me exactly what you think instead of using the words that they use sometimes. You listen to people on TV and they use these big words and it's like, you can't talk to me with simplifying the words so everybody understands. It would be nice to be able to listen to somebody and explain it to you simplified. And sometimes people don't do that, and it's really annoying because they guess they just don't want you to understand. And it's like, I really understand when you talk like that. You must agree. So what I'm doing here is just a basic thing. I'm just putting 2-inch tape all the way around. So I get a 2-inch mark all the way around the panel to make it easier for me to step roll it. That's all I'm doing, making it easier. Sometimes it gets out of place. It's not sticking the greatest, but I take my marker, piece of tape over there. No, we'll use this right here. We'll put a little corner on it. We're just going to eye it up. We're inside here, if you know what I'm saying. So if someone gets in that hood and gets working on the engine and looks in there and says, wow, that circle don't look right, I guess it don't look right. If you know what I'm saying. It's kind of, so I'm just going to, basically I look from this point here to that point there, to that point there, to that point there. And just looking to see if it's the same. If it looks the same, looks good, go for it. That's all I'm saying. Change that one a little bit, had a wrinkle. And this one's a little different angle, so we'll just do as we please. One of my markers is going on the brink. I think we'll leave the tape on there. I think it's fine, but I'll make a mark just to... Nope, don't want to do that, Hiltz. Going around the circle there, bye. Going around the circle. This is nothing that nobody can't do. You can do it just as well as I can. I'm just simplifying it. So you could take a protractor and go around it and do your deal. But to measure it and take a bunch of time and try to make it difficult, I would not do that. So when it comes to the other piece, I'll do the exact same thing. All right, let's go and do this, sweetheart. We're not going to do any bead rolling on this piece right here, and the other piece, it's a little small. We're going to do that, and we're going to step this out. Let's do it. Haven't been in here for a while. I got the old bead roller hooked up, but I haven't been in here for a while. Look what I picked up. Me and Jolene on the hunt. Pretty cool. We would have videoed it, but he was shy. Is that right, Bubby? Bubby was shy. Now, I'm going to try a piece of metal before I start rocking and rolling. That's probably the best thing to do. And sometimes I don't do it and make a mistake, but you know how that goes. This thing's a little beat down, it is, but it still does the trick, man. Still does the trick. All right. That puts the roll down. I don't want the roll down. I can put it in, I guess, in the back. It doesn't matter. It doesn't much matter. But if I put it in the way I have it marked, it's going to be going in. That's okay. There's one piece on the top of the wheel well, on the wheel opening. We made the pieces all the way around. where the top closes the wheel off, I want to make that come up. And the reason being is it gives me that much more for wheel clearance if it comes up. So we'll make sure that we do that one. Yeah, we can flop that over, it does not matter. So it does not matter, we're going to do it this way, and the thing's going to go in. So that's the way it's going to be. I'm not going to worry about it. If I want it to come out, I'd have to take the tape off this side and put it on the other side. And I can do that, but I'm not going to. Not gonna. Jolie's going to be my lovely assistant. We're going to call her, well, we won't call her the Vanna White, but we'll call her the Queen Jolene. I'm just going to put that in there, and I'm just going to do it fairly. It doesn't have to be real tight. Sometimes you put it in too tight, and then you end up destroying things. And let's start wheeling it, sweetheart. Whatever. I want to go this way. If you.
Okay.
Perfect. Just yep. Did not even check and see if we were going to get through okay, but we're going for it. If you want to just go slow around that corner. Rip just a second. Ripping my tape off.
Seems pretty tight.
Does not matter. I've got a line. Right?
Yep. Go?
Yep. It's been a while since I've done any of this. But just kind of, it's like riding a bicycle, I guess. Just slow up a little bit. All right, keep cruising. Good. Keep coming a little bit. Good. First panel.
Thanks.
Thanks, sweetheart. She said it's nice. So that's our first panel. You can see it there that we've got, it doesn't look bad. No, it looks pretty good actually. Looks real good. We'll take a little bit of thinner, wipe off the black marks. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to start tacking stuff in, and we'll see if we can get things rocking and rolling, get a visual going. Now, I am in a little bit of a, what can I say? I have, let's turn the air on. I got the metal here. It's very easy to come on the back side and go tack, 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 tack along the square stock. But what I'm thinking is, if I do that, like I can come in here and go tack, 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 tack all the way along here. I enjoy that part, and I will even if I do not plug weld. What I'm thinking is, I can knock some holes in the front of it. Like I got a little thing over there to knock some holes in the front of it to plug that on and to make it look like it's tied down there really nice, which I might, but what am I thinking? What am I thinking? Do I want to or don't I want to? Or does it even matter? To be honest with you, I'll probably go underneath. I'm not a big fan of the plug weld, and the reason being is, the reason I'm not a big fan of the plug weld is because sometimes the plug weld does not hold like you think it does. And sometimes you have to drill a big hole to get it to rock and roll. I don't think it's necessary for me to plug weld that, so I'm just going to tack the bad boy on. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tack it on. Let's do it. Let's simplify it. Now, if you were restoring something and you wanted the look of a plug weld, sure, totally, 100%. But I am actually building something here I'm building something. And I want it to stay together. And when I put the side on it, you're never going to see that tack, tack, tack. You're never going to see it. Unless I want to put you inside of it. Welder's over there. That's a sin. But we might as well do the other one. Bead roll that one, get that one put on. Maybe I'll just go to the other side and start doing that. Because the welder's over here. But now we're going to jump to this side. You can see how that panel fits there. I've got another one for this side. We're going to do the exact same thing. Fits the same way. Took a little bit of time to do that, but I had a pattern right there. I've got some tape over there. I'm trying to move quickly because I want a visual for you guys. I want a visual for me and you. And I got my marker in my pocket. Measure up 4 inches on it. That tape measure there is nothing but that'll fool you, that thing. And the reason being is it's got the end that's bent up on it. So I'm going to measure up 4 inches. Measure up 4 inches. I want that ruler, sweetheart. Thank you. She's my lady. Let's make it easy, right? Let's make it easy. Jimbo was in for a visit yesterday. Good to see him. He's doing well. He's got his Ferrari going in the right direction, which is a good thing. Remember, I'm going to mark that, and the reason being is the tape ripped off last time. We didn't have nothing to go by, so we're going to make sure we mark it. So this was a concern, you know, how to get wheel wells or how to put wheel wells in and what I'm doing. It was a thought process. I'm just trying to make it as easy as possible. And I could make it a lot harder. Yes, I can. And what I mean by make it a lot harder is try to fabricate something that's not necessary. But in all honesty, to square that off a square stock and cap it seems to be the easiest thing in the world. Doesn't it? Does to me. We'll just put a happy little tree right here. Right, sweetheart? Happy little tree. Just to make sure, you know. I almost went for it last time. All right, let's rock and roll. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. Isn't it, baby? Yeah. Yeah. She says yes. She says yes. She's just setting up the camera. She'll be here in a second. She'll pull out her pipes and she'll wind that wheel.
Ready?
Yeah.
Born ready?
No, not really, but go for it. That thing moves a lot in that square thing, can you tell?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not the $1 million system, but I'm telling you something right now. You can build a car with it, no problem whatsoever. No problem whatsoever.
What?
If I asked this bead roller if it was drunk or not, he would have to say yes. Oh, just slow down for a sec, go ahead. Just slow down for a second, get a hold of it here. Go ahead. Good. Okay, there's the next one.
No, I can't see it.
Get a little bit right there. A little bit of thinner, take that marker off. If you paint something with marker on it, it's going to come through on you. So make sure you always wipe off your marker. We get a little bit going on right there, but you get back in there and see that well. Alrighty. Gonna do this one. I actually want to fix that just a little bit because that's who I am. Just going to tap that with a hammer. Just fix it a little bit. Just a little bit. Knock this edge down a little bit. Now I haven't got the wheel on that I want to have on. I'd like to have like a 36 grit wheel on that. Stop it. Like that, a little 36 grit wheel. But I'm just gonna use this flapper wheel. That's where it joined up and come back together. I'm just trying to line it up a little bit better. What would take is just a little, maybe a little more hammering or a little bit whatever. Just put a smear of fill on that and straighten that out if you wanted to. But I wanted to straighten it out just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's get this fitting right. Oh. Got a couple more clamps over here, I hope. Hold it on tight. So So on this truck, we very well could, excuse me, we could sheath it quite quickly, but it's not the case with this one. We have to make sure that we have to make everything first, because then we won't be able to get inside of it, because you can tell this thing is low. And if you really take a look at this truck, like I have, or I have been taking a look at it, this, I don't hate to say it, I am going to say it. This would be the ultimate tow rig, the ultimate, and the reason being is it's low to the ground. The engine's going to be over top of the back wheels. You think about it now, you want all the weight on the back wheels of something that you're towing. If you see it on the internet or the YouTube or whatever, you see that little car going down the track and they pull the car back and that thing starts taking off. With the engine in the back, with the dual wheels in the back, with the suspension in the back, with the low gravity thing going on, steering from the front, it would be the ultimate tow rig. And it's getting built tight and right. Everything is getting very strong, or stronger every step I take, like welding this solid here and connecting it to the top. The bottom was top, the foundation was nice and tight and right, and now we're coming to the up part where the roof rafters go on. Now that's getting put on tight and right, because that's strong there. We got another brace going on there. That's not going anywhere. It's really becoming quite something. I'm going to tack this bad boy on. We're going to go for it. And what I'm going to do, as you can see there, I'm going to try to space them welds out so they look the same all the way around. And you're not going to see any of that, because the metal is going to be on the flat of this and go all the way around it. And if you were doing a job like I'm doing, I would probably get in there and seam seal that after. You'd never see anything. Trying to get my distance in right. Just want to make sure everything's tight. And it is. There it is. Well, my vice grip's not doing that. Now, as you see that piece going down there, that could be another piece of square. What probably will happen, a piece of square stock like that, 3/4 inch, will be run up from there to there, halfway, and then I can add my piece in the center. Or if I want to put windows in it, haven't decided yet. If I want to put windows in it, if I can look all the way back or not. Right there. All right. Got to come down the bottom. Get the back side clamped on. Just tighten right there. I'm going to weld it first. Off on me. happens when you're working. These fall. Alrighty. Same thing as up here. I like that distance. We'll keep the same distance down here. Not going anywhere. And you must admit, much quicker. And you also know, or I know, that it's not coming off. Like when you spot weld, when you're spot welding and plug welding, you do not know sometimes. If you've ever plug welded before, you would know. There's no fooling you. Oakley Dokley. That's the guy off The Simpsons, isn't it? It is, isn't it? Oakley Dokley. Oakley Dokley. Alrighty, we got that piece on. We might as well continue on this side because we have the welder over here. We've got that piece on that side. They're looking, man, they're looking good. Not as good as you, Joey, but looking good. We got this piece here. What I was thinking on this piece, I could have taken the piece and brought it over and bent it down and that sort of stuff. But when it comes to that piece of metal, I only had a certain amount of metal left over in the sheet that I had. So that's why I started cutting it up and put the bends in it. And I'm thinking that when I put the bend in this, like this, and then go over top of it, it gives me a little bit more strength. So now I'm gonna nail this sucker on. And the reason, and what I did is I went right over top of that seam there to try to get rid of that seam. To have one good looking piece. What we'll do is we'll connect it. Piece right there. Good. That's not going to work on that. And the reason being, it's not going to work on that because that's thin there. We can go up top. Let's do this. Won't reach. Doesn't reach. Alright, I'm going to get a pair of vice grips. Pair of vice grips. I've got vice grips. If I haven't said it once, I've said it twice. I've got vice grips on everything, man. Like there's vice grips on all the vehicles holding shit together. I'm just going to put that. Stop it. Ah. That's why it's not working. Tighten her up a little bit. There's a lot more ways that this could have been done, but this is the way I'm going with. And if you have a comment, throw it in there, which way you would have done it, how you would have done it. Would you put round wheel wells in it? Everybody does things different. That's for sure. Just trying to make sure that it's flush on the bottom of that piece that's going in. That's all I want. Now I want a hammer. Knock this in tight and right. I'm happy with that. Now I can push that back to make that tight and right. Let's do the deal. Tina? Don't know what that was. That's okay. Now, I'm just gonna eye that up on the back part. I can have that mistaken, I can have that leaned in, or I can have that leaned out, or I can have it up straight, but what I'm doing is I'm just looking at this piece of metal going up here, and it looks straight to me, so I'm gonna go with it. You know what I'm trying to tell you? Now, we tight all the way along? We're tight too. Yeah, we're tight, pretty tight, so I'm just going to keep rocking along with it. It can be bent in and out, you can. Okay, we got a nice piece going on there. Yes, we do. Probably could have pushed that out there. I'm going to tack it on the inside too. Why not? Can. Tight and right. Alrighty, now we have another piece, comes here. So that gives us a, I think the measurement was, we have pretty near 5 inches of wheel travel. So what I mean by wheel travel is up 5 inches. I would think that that would be lots. Lots. Now, does this fit? Doesn't look like it is fitting, does it? Hammer. I'm going to tack that on there because that's tight and right. And I'm going to make that fit over there. I'm going to tack right at the corner here. Just to hold it. It's up there nice and flush. It's up there flush. Gotta come up in here some. Alrighty. It's looking good and tight right here. Make it come together. Come together! Gotta hold that till the red goes away. Now, hammer. Now, I did cut a piece for the top. I have to see if it works before I start doing anything else. Let's see if it works. Now note, all this process I'm doing here, I have to do for the front wheels. And I'll explain. Right here. That looks good all the way along that line. That looks fantastic. Fantastic. We're a little bit I want it to fit the best it can. I do not like how, you can see that metal, how you lay that on there and it sags along there. Not liking that a whole bunch. I got a 90 over there I could cut and stick on there and put it on there. I got this to do. I'm just going to change it around. No, I like that. That's fine. I'm going to leave it there. I'll shave it off as I go because a little bit, it's good here, but it's a little bit off right there. I can straighten that out with my shear. Let's do that. Let's straighten it out with the shear. I don't know. If I put in the shear, I might not. It might not do the job I want to. It might bend over, if you know what I'm saying. Jolene knows what I'm saying. I probably could take off a length of the whole thing on that side. What if I take a length off this side? What I mean by a length is that it's right on the very edge. I don't want it right on the very edge. I want some off. The reason being, it would just be nicer to have it off.
Your welder.
What's that?
Your welder's kind of holding it up?
Yeah,
okay.
That's fine. So if I take that much off, I'm happy with it because I got lots here on the square stock. I got lots over here on that stock. I can show a little bit on that side. I can. Let's take a little bit off with the shear if we can. And I also would like to take a little bit off of this, just to make it fit a little nicer. From there to there. So I'll flop that over. Let's take it down and see if we can cut it. And if we can't cut it, well then that's, you see what we're going for? So that means the wheel will be closed in. Once I close that wheel in, it's not over, because you see a big gap down there and you see a big gap going down there. Well, we've got square stock here, and what I'm thinking is a mud flat from here down to there. A mud flat bolted from here down to there. I can put a mud flap down there to protect anything going from the back or up the front. But basically, that's the end of that. I'm thinking I want to step roll this. Me and Jolene will do that. We're going to step roll this and put that up. Oh, buried it. Don't want to bury it. I want to find it. Next time I want to use it, just put it on the floor for a second. Now, I'm hoping I can chop some of that off. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. I want to chop some of that off. And it's not much I want to chop off, if you know what I'm trying to tell you. And it very well could go wrong. And I don't want it to go wrong. I want to chop some off. It's going wrong, isn't it? Huh? Zip cut it is, I guess. Zip cut it is. Didn't want that to happen, but it did. Got to go back and do it and see if it, check and see if it looks good or not. If it doesn't look good, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to fix it. That's not the end I had on there. It's the end that's over here. Much better, much happier. Now I'm going to take a ruler, mark this off, and I'll cut that with a zip cut because I know it's not going to work with. Now, I'd like to do just a little bit more of that right there. I'm going to go with that. Zip cut it. Bring out the electric shears yesterday, and I remember why I'm using the zip cut quite a bit. The electric shears sometimes they get away from you, and also if they're not got the sharpest blade on them, they stretch the metal and stuff. But I'm going to probably get a new pair. I'm hoping sometime soon we'll get a new pair, and then we'll get back into less noise. Go back over and check it again. Joey, you look good. Joey looks good. Give me I've got a piece here where one of the roof rafters sit. I've got it marked off every 2 feet. I've got one marked off here. I want to mark it off on this metal. And the reason I want to mark it off on this metal is because I want the roof rafter to set on that plate. This is the top plate. I want to set on that. I don't want to set on this because it takes it off, if you know what I'm trying to tell you. It makes a different, takes it off. So we'll go like that. We're just kind of guessing there a little bit. That's fine. Before we plant that on. Now, let's turn our welder on, get this stuff fitting tight and right, because that's what it's got to do. Before we apply it, get that there. Let's turn this on. Welded on. Just tap this back so it fits. Every time I do something on this, it's kind of how do I want to do it. So it's kind of a freedom thing. It really is freedom because I get to do whatever way I want to do it. And when you do your project, make sure you look at it as freedom because you get to do it whatever way you want to. You get to do it whatever way you want to. Freedom! That's what it's called. Freedom. Can't weld the top on until I finish this, so we'll just stick with it. Love to have that coat hanging right now, but what I do is I just drop a little meat on there if I have gap. Then you just wait for the red to go away. And the reason you wait for the red to go away, because it's still good and hot. If you wait for the red to go away, then you're able to apply more steel. If you do not wait for the red to go away, generally what you'll do is you'll blow a hole. I see Sousa trying to use plastic rods. No, Sousa, you can't use plastic rods. They won't work, buddy. They won't work. I should have put that in the memo. Won't work. Now, coming down that edge, just one dot at a time, does a fantastic job. One dot at a time. Alrighty, got to cut out that. I'd like to put a 90 across this. I think I have one, and I'm going to grab it. It's got a 90 back there. I'm hoping I can cut it with the shear. And the reason I want to put a 90 there is because that kind of flimsy there, and I can just spot it too, that in the back, and then I can lay it on top. I think I messed up a panel yesterday, made it too short. And I did. Let's do this. Made a panel yesterday, made it too short, so I got it, I kept it. Why wouldn't I? Let's do this. hoping I can get that cut off. All I want is that 90. And I'll make another one for the other side. Kind of made the same distance. Looks good. Looks good. I want to thank everybody for buying the Hiltz gear. The Hiltz gear is flying off the shelves. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Look at that. Hickory dickory dock. Cut this off a little. Actually, just sand it back a little bit. Just a little bit more, it says. Right on the money. And that's right on the money. So we're going to put that across the back. We'll have to do the same for the other side. You sure can hear that? I'm going to hack that from the bottom side. Make sure it's tight. Reel that off. We got to bead roll the top and then we'll slide it on and we'll go from there. I've got to cut this out. This is where the roof rafter, this is the top piece of the wheel well. right here, this little square I made, that's where the roof rafter is going to sit on that top plate. I don't want it sitting on this. I want to weld that roof rafter right down on top of that. So I'm going to cut that out, take it on the other side. We've got our tape. I can reach your tape, can I? Let's cut this out. Probably now. Have to be careful. And the reason being is I want that to lay on there like that. And I want this thing to come up. So if I mark it on this side, it's going down. If I mark it on this side, it's coming up. And if it doesn't, we'll make both sides. And if it doesn't, we'll make both sides the same. Right? That's how you do it. And if it doesn't, you make both sides the same. If you don't wear your gloves, it's good to clean metal off with. That piece there. Do the exact same process. Make it simple, Simon. Reason I want to come up with it, it just gives me that much more on the wheel area. Just gives me another quarter, eighth, whatever. Jim be cringing right now with that tape flying, wouldn't he? Mm-hmm. Huh? But for me, it's the easiest way. This way. I'll just make it look presentable. Oh, sorry, sweetheart. Did I say how amazing Jolene looks today? She looks like an angel. She sparkles. She sparkles. Don't give me a psh. That was your nickname one time. Sparkles. Just so the tape falls off. We've got something to go by. Remember last time. This is kind of a big piece of metal to hold by yourself and without any, if you know what I'm trying to say. It's a big piece of tape, or a big piece of metal to hold, going through that roller where there's nothing on the other side to hold it, but we are a big boy and we're going to get it done. Let's do it, sweetie pie. You're up on deck, girl.
Right.
You're up on deck. This is going to be a hard one, and the reason being is it's, you know what I mean, it's big. It's hard to hold it. It's hard to do the camera work and the muscle work too, isn't it? What, baby? What? Doing the camera work and the muscle work?
Yeah.
God damn. Man, the thing takes off, don't it?
Yeah.
The drunk bead roller. Not Jolene, the bead roller. Yeah.
I know you got it tight.
All right, just hold up a second here. Go ahead. Yeah. I wonder if I put that key in, if it would stop moving. Just a second. Go ahead. Just a second. Go ahead. Second. Go ahead. Let's go slow here. Keep going. Good. Awesome. Yeah, I stepped up right on. Oh, I should have probably showed it in front of the camera. Right there. Now we wanted that up. Didn't I do that wrong? There's another side.
There is.
Let's take it over and see if it fits. How did I do that wrong? That one works on that side. It does work on that side, but I got a piece cut out of it. And
I kind of liked it step down because it matches the top one.
is that right?
Yeah.
That would make it work. That's what we might do. Just leave it step down. And it puts it right in place and it's the right plot. It's gonna be step down, boys. Step down it is. So I have to remember to do the exact same thing on the other side. I got a little tab there holding me. That's where she's going, boys, because it fits. So I did step it down when I should have stepped it up. is that how it goes? I stepped it down when I should have stepped it up. I'm wanting to zip cut. How much time?
We're at 1:15.
What's that?
1:15.
1:15. Let's me tack it in there. Mm-hmm. Let me tack it in there, and then we can say that we've got one done. That's how we're going to do this one today. We had a short video yesterday. We're making a long one today. do that. That looks marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Not happy that I did the wrong thing with the bead roller. I thought I'd... And we must admit, the 1/8 of an inch, whatever you got down there, is not going to affect anything on the wheel opening. It's not going to affect, but it is what it is. Said I was going up. I thought I was doing the right thing, but obviously I didn't. I'm going to put on a pair of gloves because I'm going to hold it down. Got the right glove. Awesome. Let's get this sucker in place. Get this sucker in place. I like that. I like that. I like it. Going to step it a little further apart, each one. Reason being is I'll get it put on. Alrighty. One wheel well for the back of the hauler. I guess I'm going to call it the hauler. In here, we'll weld that up when we get that roof rafter on. That's where the roof rafter sits. I want it to lay on the plate itself, and then we'll weld it up from there. But now we have a wheel well for it. So we have probably, well, there's 4 inches at least for wheel travel there, no problem whatsoever. Yeah, there's probably 5. So now we can't, there's nothing getting up inside. Mud flap to there, mud flap down in the back so we don't shoot mud all up in the back. We have to close all this in yet. Gonna close all that in yet. We'll take you along with the adventure with us. Thank you very much. Thanks Queen Jolene for helping me. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for buying the gear. Like, share, comment, subscribe, come back tomorrow, and we'll be here. Have a great day, everybody. Work on your projects.